Well, hello folks, welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a bit of a chatty episode on an ATS video. We normally do those for our ETS2 videos, but I'm going to kind of mix and match them, so you'll have to kind of watch both series to get them. Today we're going to be talking primarily about why ETS2 and ATS have no real competition. I think it's a really interesting question. I did kind of allude to that in a previous video, that's kind of where we were going to focus. So I've had a couple of comments from you folks, but I'm going to give you my thoughts on that. We are having a rather nice little drive, which I think links into some of the reasons that we're going to be talking through. And we're going to come through the little town of Pueblo, and then we're coming across here through to Montrose, where hopefully we're going to see a little bit of the Rockies. It's not the bit up here, which is kind of the road I want to go on, but you know, I'm pretty sure this is going to be quite epic as well. This whole kind of area is full of it looks like areas to look at. So I don't believe there will be nothing which isn't interesting on this road. I think this will be fun. It's about 281 miles and it's going to take us about 5 hours to get there. We need to pick up some fuel on the way, and we've got a scenic viewpoint to pick up right outside the gates of the place where we are at the minute. Don't know what that's about. It also looked like there was a hidden road just as we were coming into this, and someone mentioned in the comments that there is a hidden road somewhere in Colorado Springs. Don't know if that's where I am now, but I'm not sure. If we are going the way back that we went, or that I came to collect this, then maybe we'll be able to pick that up as well. So we'll stick together to start with, and then I do want to talk a little bit about 1.56, which was released very, very recently. I'm pretty sure I can come this way, yeah, even though it's a big arrow going that way. Yeah, so here we go. So I want to talk about what that means for ATS. Not a huge amount, but I'll talk about what's part of that update. Apologies if you've watched the ETS2 video where I've done that. It's pretty much the same there, apart from the rather cool loads that they've got there. So let's have a look what this is all about. So this is Colorado Springs. So maybe we'll get a clue where this hidden road is, because I know it's part of Colorado Springs. Something like, I can't remember exactly what was put in the comments, like God's View or something like that, which makes me think that's like you're on the top of a mountain or something. So this is Colorado Springs. Looks a nice place. If you've been there, let me know. Ooh, look at that. What is that? Crazy circle. I don't know what that signifies. A snail? Oh, it's not even a circle. It's kind of like a loop, a coiled spring. Must have a significance though. What is that? Oh, this must be it. This must be what we were talking about. I don't know where this is, but this potentially could be where we might want to head to. Yeah, this is definitely where we want to be going to. Just how you get there, I don't know. Looks pretty though. Right, suddenly it's gone really dark. It's 3:30 in the evening. I was kind of hoping to sleep to be able to kind of do the whole drive in the day. I might even have to sleep again when we get to Pueblo, so we can go there. I think it's right there. So I think if we go dead straight here, that will take us onto a hidden road. I think it looked like it might be. There was a petrol station, but it looked like there was nothing blocking us going through. So we'll definitely have a look at this, because hidden roads, as everyone knows, are the fun part of the game. I love a good old hidden road, so I do want to see whether that's what we're looking at here. I don't think it can be because there's nothing there. Look, there's nothing there. So we have to give this a little look, and maybe it's up there. Maybe that's where we've got to go. Fuel is a little bit on the light side, so we'll see. New passage. But I don't know which way to... Oh, we have to go that way. We might have just sort of created our own little thing there. How far do we have to go here? Because I really can't go that far. Oh, look at this. You couldn't even see it from back there, but how cool is this? Little, whatever it was, God's something or other up here. Very nice. Let me know what this is, folks. What is this? Thank you. I think it was Rockin' Bob who let me know that there was some sort of thing up here, which was really cool. I don't know if I can go that way. I think I possibly can go that way. I don't know what the heck I'm driving around here. This looks a lot bigger than I expected. Okay, so there's like a little parking area there which we didn't go down, and then looks like this is kind of a one-way thing, and then we've got this, which is, well, that's rather cool. I'm fed up of being behind this guy. I'm going to pass him on the bike lane. Right, there we go. So we can't go down there. Oh wow, so it looks like it's some sort of hiking trail down there. Look at that. Look at that. So I've got the lights on now. This is a lot further than I was expecting, in all honesty, but it looked like it kind of went back on itself. So we've got, just to make sure we get to Pueblo. Oh, another little car park there. I thought we might have a hidden viewpoint as well. How big is this? Let's have a look where this... Okay, it looks like we're coming back round. So it's gone all the way around this thing. And then we'll head back. And hope to hell that we can actually get to the petrol station, fuel station. Right, here we go. Looks pretty awesome where we are, and we'll have a sleep in Pueblo. I mean, there are some really cool things in the US, I have to say. So it's such a big place, you'd expect them to be, but right, so I don't know where to go. Go this way? Loads and loads of sort of parking spots here. Yeah, it just looks like a really cool place to have a hike. I wonder whether that's kind of what this is used for. It looks like there we'll be coming down. I'm not sure. There must have been something else on that area that we've just at, because I mean, it did look like there was only one route in. So there must have been a place to turn around, maybe sort of like a viewpoint or something. Okay, so what I'm going to do, once we get... No, he's just going around in circles. Right. So I'll take this back the way we came, and there we go. We'll drive over to Pueblo, have a sleep in Pueblo, do a little time lapse on the drive there, and then once we're on the drive over towards wherever we are heading, which is Montrose. We will we'll have a little chat about the main topics of why there is no competition for these games, at least in my mind. And I'd love your thoughts on that as well. So do a little bit of a time lapse now, and we'll drive down to Pueblo. Well, as you can see, we have had a bit of a sleep, and it is 3:14 in the morning. We weren't able to sleep again. I thought you could always do a double sleep, but apparently not. So we'll take this opportunity. It's going to get light at some point, not in the not too distant future, and at the last part of this journey, we'll be able to see the beautiful Coloradan mountains. So it'll be a sort of nice sunrise type of thing. But let's take the opportunity to talk about 1.56 first, and then as the sunrise is happening a little bit later on, we will explore the meat of this episode, which is the kind of lack of competition for the game. But yeah, 1.56 there has been released. There are a bunch of things that are coming with this. Most of it feels a little bit, it doesn't feel sort of massive, and someone in the comments previously mentioned that much of this is likely to do with stuff like the consoles, so making it console ready. So things like the change to the management UI, that feels like that. The sort of startup flow as well. So when you start a game and make a new profile, that's again probably related to that as well. But they have put some things in there which might make a difference. So the height blend is probably the big thing, and this is a visual thing that has been changed. I don't really understand it, but essentially my understanding of what this does is it allows things that you're looking at that are at different heights, so be that like rocks and bits of grass that might be on different heights, to look more realistic together. So it allows that kind of sense of perspective, I guess, to bring those things sort of together a little bit better. That's kind of what it does. There are some images on Steam if you want to have a look at it to try and make a difference, a before and after. I struggle to see a massive difference, but I guess all these kind of small changes are going to have a big impact over time. So I think that's good. Some dynamic cargo, which I didn't see in ETS2, or at least maybe I just didn't pick that up out of the list. But there are certain types of cargo now which will, if you've got the right truck, which will be dynamically loaded onto your trailer. So things like logs, wood chippings, those sort of things, I believe are some of that type of cargo which will have that. But so there are some already but these will add to that, and that's something they're trying to put in the game a little bit more. So I think that's really good. And then the other things are stuff, right? The DLC browser, they've changed the look of that, and so there's a few things like that, and there's I think there's an in-cab zoom that's changed as well, but these are all relatively small things. Anyway, folks, as you can see, we've got 209 miles to go, 4 hours to go. I'm going to drive for a little bit, and I'll probably just do a little cut rather than a time lapse, because you can't see anything at the minute anyway. And then we'll come back and we'll have a chat about the lack of competition in ATS and ETS and why I think that is. And yeah, hopefully, and as I say, I want your thoughts in that as well. I would love to see where we are. Let's just have a quick look at that. We'll cheat a little bit. Oh wow. Oh no, we're missing out on all this. I suspect this is going to be would have been a really nice drive if we could have seen it. Look at that. How cool. How cool. Anyway, I will see you in a bit when we've got a little bit more light. Well, okay, here you go. It's 6:20. You can start to see the light peeking over the top of the trees there. Behind us, you can see the sunrise just starting to appear. As always, very, very pretty, and we are just high up in the Colorado Rockies, which just, yeah, even though this is not one of the routes which has got a specific viewpoint to come and have a look at, it's still pretty gorgeous driving. So this is a really good example, looking in the mirror behind, as to why I don't think there is any real competition for ATS and ETS2. I think there's a few reasons for this, and this isn't to say that no one's actually made the sort of games. I mean, we know that we played on the channel not so long ago Truck World Australia, which was I thought quite a good looking game, but perhaps didn't have the as good handling on the truck, and there's a few other features which weren't necessarily quite as nice as in ETS2 or ATS. We know about Alaskan Road Truckers. I think Zilla played that on his channel, and I've heard lots of negative things about that. And you've got things like Snow Runner as well, which is not the same sort of thing, but it's still kind of working with trucks, and that's a very, very popular game, but with a subtle difference. And my God, look at this. Sorry, I'm distracted, but wow. Look at that crazy stuff going on there. This is a route which has got no specific viewpoints on it, but yet we've got something that looks this good. So why is it? Why does ETS2, why does ATS not really have any decent competition? And I think there's a few reasons for this. I think number one, the kind of history of the game. They've been in this space for ages, and they have perfected something, and we're seeing it all around us at the minute. This is an absolutely wonderful looking map, and it's getting better and better and better. How would you compete with this, really? What would you do? If you're starting out, how would you kind of make people want to move from this or play something else alongside this? That'd be so hard to do. I think the Truck World Australia maybe is a good idea, because it's still kind of doing it in a place which is not normally associated with which ATS2 and ETS have not been ATS2. Well, they haven't actually delved into Australia, New Zealand, that type of thing. So that is something that's interesting. But, would it really work? So I think that's certainly one of the things that I think there's going to be a huge issue trying to break into that. And the games that we've seen, they are not of the same quality. I think that is also very, very clear. The handling on the trucks, it just doesn't look right. This is, even though I do this on keyboard, the handling of these trucks is gorgeous. The way the braking works, it's perfect. The lighting is amazing. It's all aspects of it feel really realistic. And that leads into kind of the other thing that this game does really well. The model that it uses, the way it goes about the trucking aspect of this, as we see yet another wonderful vista in front of them. The way it kind of works is completely different from any other game. And we talked about this last time, that the way ATS and ETS2 have grown is like no other game, because they are continuing to exponentially grow. All other games, they will do very well and then they will drop off over time unless they're incredibly popular. ETS2 gets better all the time, more and more people playing it. And that, I think, is because there is no kind of end point, really. There's no kind of, you're trying to achieve this. Yes, there is kind of, but it's not really. It's very, so 95% of the game is driving a truck around this world, which is the one that we live in, and experiencing some of these places. And you're not just experiencing them, you know, you are experiencing them virtually, but it's hugely realistic. So what you're seeing, they've put so much work into making what you see here actually very close to what you'd see in real life. They made these sort of drives majestic. They've made the towns look realistic. People recognise those towns when they live in them, or if they've been through them. And I don't think that occurs across any other game. I think it would take so long for this to happen. I think it wouldn't be worth someone investing this into it. So you have to, I think, if anyone is going to do this, make a trucking game that is in any way competes with this, it's going to have to do something different. And that's why I did like some aspects of the things that we've already looked at, where you're actually getting out the truck, you're doing a little bit of the maintenance on the truck, those sort of things. But I think that's the only way you can do it, because I think outside of this, it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work. And I think they've somehow cornered the market so brilliantly with this amazing game that no one, that any other game that tries to make it doesn't work, and it just discourages other games manufacturers to even come into this space. So let me know your thoughts. That's kind of at least what I think about this, but you know, it's always good to hear what your thoughts are. Do you think there will be a time where there will be something else that can come in and rival these games? And if that is the case, then how would that happen? How would that work? What would have to happen? Is it something completely different from what we've seen here, as I was kind of alluding to? I think it's a really interesting kind of conversation to have. And you know, if I was looking on Steam for trucking games, and there are some there, but all of them, you look in the reviews, it's mixed or negative. And things like SnowRunner, well, that does something completely different. And I suspect, because it's got that kind of story-driven thing, then you've got to the end of it and you've finished it. Whereas with this new DLC, there's no real finishing it. They've got the whole world, which is rather cool. So yeah, I think there's a lot of life left in this game, personally. Yeah. Anyway, that's my thoughts on it, and love to get yours. We're taking a left here. This is kind of where we are at the minute. Not far to go. We're coming down here to this Newmont delivery place, but what a lovely little drive. Considering, it's a shame we couldn't see the first part of that, but considering that's just, it's not got all these similar. I mean, this must be epic, this one. We are absolutely doing that next time. We'll try and get a drive from either Grand Junction or Montrose into Denver, and then we'll do this drive here. And I'd also like to do this one down here. If we could kind of do that to Farmington or something like that as a separate one, that would be epic. Anyway, folks, if you have enjoyed this type of episode, these kind of chatty episodes where I sort of focus on a topic for part of the episode and we have a chat through the topic, let me know. If you've got particular topics that you think would be good to talk about, let me know. That's always important around ETS2, ATS. Anything that you think is topical, people might be interested in, and I'll give you my thoughts on it, and I'd love to have your thoughts on it as well. But if you are enjoying this type of series, we've got an ETS2 series that goes on alongside this. What I think I'm going to do is mix and match, so we'll have chatty episodes across both the series rather than just, as I was doing before, just the ETS2, and that will allow us to have sort of more sort of scenic driving and episodes where we talk about what we're seeing as well a little bit more. So I'm going to disappear. We've got 47 minutes to go, and I will see you when we get to our location. We'll have a little time lapse. Well, folks, what an outstanding drive this has been, this latter part of the drive. I know we've been here before, but I mean, it's such a cool lead up to this this delivery spot. It's such a cool one. I mean, the Colorado state feels like they've got so much here. You think about some of the other states where perhaps there isn't that much to explore, because oh Christ, I didn't see that, because a lot, perhaps the state is quite flat, or there's not that many features to kind of to sort of look around and stuff. But Colorado has so many, it is ridiculous. So here we are, we're in Newmont, which looks like it's maybe some sort of quarry. No, maybe not actually. Something going on here. Clearly. Right, where are we? Okay, so where do they want this? I think we've got to put it somewhere in there. So let's see what they're going to give us. It's a 90. Okay. Right. I think this might be one of those which is not as hard a 90 as we might think it is. Right, I think, can we get around? If we can get around here, hopefully I don't have to reverse up, but if we can get around the side here like this, which it looks like we might be able to. Oh, I think we've done this one before actually. Yeah, and then we'll come in here, and I think first things first, let's get this heading like vaguely towards it. I think still work to do there. It's not bad at the minute. Okay, still not quite. Come on, can we get this? You know what? We might have this first time, folks. Not bad. Not bad at all. Pretty pleased with that. There we go. Get those things off. Well, that should be just over $1,000 that we're getting into the bank account. 3 out of 10 for Gold Rush achievement. Can't remember what that one's about, but we did get one of those in the last episode as well. We've also picked up another city in the state achievement where we've got to collect 10 of the locations, so we're 7 out of 10 done there. So that should mean we're not far away from that. But pretty pleased with that. Good amount of reasonable amount of XP. And a nice drive. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you on another video very soon. Goodbye.